Hi there, I'm Kevin from Rebuilders. If you're going through divorce, you're experiencing the death of something significant, your marriage, your relationship. And understanding what happened is a crucial part of healing. Today, we're exploring the marriage autopsy, in particular, the death exercise from our divorce recovery workbook. So, this is a structured method for examining what happened with clarity and compassion. So, whether you're confused about how things fell apart, or you're stuck in endless rumination about what went wrong, or searching for closure, this exercise provides a framework for understanding without getting trapped in blame or regret. The marriage autopsy, the death exercise, addresses something that many people struggle with after divorce: how to make sense of the end of your marriage without getting lost in painful what ifs and if onlys. So let me walk you through how this works and why it's so effective. When we look at the page in the workbook about the marriage autopsy, so one of the things is that I love this quote on here that says, by doing an autopsy, we take the mystery out of the train wreck. So we start to see where things started to unfold. So there's a number of marriage autopsies in the workbook, and we do different aspects of it. But what we're starting with here is just the basics of understanding and kind of documenting, almost like in a real autopsy, of three things: the time of notification, the time of death, and the date the relationship was pronounced dead. Now you can make up whatever you want for these for the dates, and getting it specific doesn't matter. But I think one of the things that I liked about this was what we start to do is to put a timeline into kind of what were the timelines of these. And I can tell you that when I was going through my divorce, I was a complete mess. And now I'm 7 years out from my divorce. I don't really remember all the details, and sometimes I wish I did. So just even writing down these dates can be helpful. So that's sort of the basics of what we're doing on this page. So once you do these things, so when we talk about the time of notification, fill in the date that your relationship was over, or the date your partner that you told your partner that you're filing for divorce. This is kind of when the D word got announced, most likely, right? When things really clicked in. Now, sometimes the actual time of death could be a lot later. I just talked to a woman the other day who said she filed as a shot over the bow of her husband to say, wake up, I'm serious about this. I don't want to do this again. So, figure it out, right? This is your warning that you do this. And it took another year before they finally decided that the death was, we're done. We are not doing this anymore. And then the final court date is really the date of the pronounced death, right? That's the official, what the world knows as this is when the relationship was officially over. Now, on the second page there, we have reflections on the death of the marriage. So once you do that first page, then you want to look at, what did you learn about the marriage from your parents, right? Start thinking about and reflecting on these different things. And there's 4 questions on here to help you kind of start thinking this through of, okay, let's actually look back beyond just the statistics of the dates, and let's start thinking about, maybe what are some of the sources of this? When did things start to feel like they weren't right in the relationship? What might have contributed to this from way back before I even got married that had to do with your parents, or how you were trying to be like your parents or not like your parents? This is the kind of stuff where now we start going a little bit deeper into understanding what were some of the things that might have happened. Now, I'll tell you that we're going to get into some other things later which are really helpful around thinking about causes and things, but just responding to some of these questions can be really helpful to start thinking about exactly what's going on. So anyway, I hope that helps in terms of what the purpose of this exercise is and how it works. I remember one of our students that spent months in angry confusion about her divorce, and she was unable to move forward because she couldn't make sense of what had happened. And just by doing this simple exercise, afterwards, after she did it, she said, for the first time, I can see the patterns clearly. Understanding doesn't make it hurt less, but it does help me avoid bringing these same issues into my future. So if you're finding this helpful so far, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more divorce recovery guidance. So this marriage autopsy, and in particular, we have a bunch of these, but the death exercise is just these same issues in powerful tools included in the Rebuilder's Divorce Recovery Workbook. What makes this approach different is that we help you examine what happened with the precision and objectivity of an autopsy. So we do this while still honoring the emotional significance of this loss. The workbook guides you through analytical exercises like this one while also addressing the emotional processing needed to truly heal from divorce. So I hope this explanation of the marriage autopsy, the death exercise, gives you a path toward understanding and closure. Remember, examining what happened isn't about assigning blame. It's about learning so you can move forward with wisdom. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more recovery guidance. Rebuilder's Divorce Recovery Workbook is available on Amazon, and I've put the link in the description below. It contains this exercise and dozens more that work together to help you transform confusion into clarity. Until next time, remember that you're not just recovering, you're rebuilding.